Hello, everyone. I want to welcome you to tonight's live UOP hangout. We had a party before the party, believe it or not, but we're here live to bring the party to you. We have a wonderful panel of team members that want to share their real stories about their real success. So before we get started, I'm going to go ahead and throw out the income disclaimer, and we're going to be talking about income. So basically, we want to not guarantee a certain income because it's going to totally depend on your work ethic and what you put into it and everything. So we just want to let you know. Oh, I'm hearing myself.
Adrian, okay? Okay, while Adrian is working over there on her panel, I'm going to go ahead and get started. Just want to say, I'll pick
Well,
up.
it's repeating. You all are not hearing what I'm hearing?
No, you might want to go up. You might have the Hangout on from, do you have the Hangout link from the regular invite open? Because if so, you're going to hear it from there, like a tab at the top.
Think that took care of it. Sorry, guys. But
So
anyway,
you
we're
want to
going to
close
start
it.
all over again. We're good. We're good. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with Victoria Greco. We want to know your story. How did you get started with DS Domination, and what are some of your results?
Oh, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Oh, good, good. Just want to let everybody know before I get started that we've got some story, so I'll do my best to talk fast. Actually, I got started because of Adrienne. Um, she had inboxed me and asked me to take a look, and of course I was with another company and I was kind of reluctant. I'm thinking, oh no, not another person, trying to show me something else. But I'm really, really, really glad that I took a look, and I pretty much got started right away. I got started back in November, actually, and went through the training and I mean, took copious notes. There's no other way to learn something new than to really study it, and so that's what I did. But I kind of sat on it for a little while, took my time, messed around, got through the holidays. And then I started seeing the posts on Facebook of all the successes and everybody out there who, I was just seeing all this awesome success, and I thought, okay, well, I've really got to just stop messing around, and I've really got to jump on this. So I did. But a little bit about myself, I'm a stay-at-home parent. I live in North Carolina, near Raleigh. I have 3 kids, one in college. Adrian, you know all about that and that tuition payment. Yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah.
know. Oh, it's crazy. And I've got 2 teenage boys. So between my daughter's tuition and the boys eating, I can't seem to have enough money. It's just crazy. But I'm really excited about this opportunity. What it's done for me and my family is it's given me the chance to work from home. Don't have to go out and drive to a job, fight traffic, get mad at people driving. I can stay here. Yeah, I love it. I absolutely love it. And I've been connecting with people not only on social media, but it's been kind of shoving me outside of my comfort zone. I think a lot of us just kind of hang out at home because it's easy to do that, and I'm not doing that anymore. So I'm so excited, not only for the eBay part of it, but just to be able to talk to people, let people know how amazing this is and how much it's changed my life. I hear that cha-ching sound all the time. I heard it in the doctor's office today, and that was a little awkward, but he wanted to know, what sound? So, of course, I had to explain it and tuck my little cards into the hand dryer in the bathroom and put some flyers
Right.
outside. So,
Right. So
yeah,
you're
every
saying,
chance I get.
right. So you're saying that this is something that is so easy that you can just fit it into your everyday life. You're a busy mom, but this is something that you can do and fit into your life.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, when the kids go to bed and my husband goes to bed early too, I get to stay up a couple hours and I can list, stuff on eBay. That is so much fun, by the way. That is just so much fun. It's great. It's like shopping, but you don't have to buy anything.
Right.
And then, you find the most awesome items, you list them, and then wake up the next day and
We may have lost her. I think we have. So we're going to go ahead. Well, thank you, Victoria. I don't know if you can still hear me, but thank you so very much. We might come back to you towards the end. I'm going to go ahead and move on down the line to it's Pam. I'm sorry, to Pam. So, hi, Pam. How are you tonight?
Hey, I'm doing great. Happy to be here.
Oh, great, great, great. We want to hear your story. We want to find out what brought you to DS Domination and how is it changing your life and what are some of your results?
Well, I came online about a year and a half ago or so to. Okay, here's the dirty little secret. I came online to try to pay for somebody to decorate my house. I was coming to make some extra money for somebody to decorate my house. And I started looking online to see, do people really make money online? And boy, were my eyes opened. I had no idea. I mean, no idea of the number of people that are making money from home using the internet. I was completely ignorant of that. So I got started in that business and learned a lot and grew a lot, personally and as a professional and as a business person, as an entrepreneur. But anybody that's been in internet marketing knows it takes some time to get that momentum going, and so that's where I was. I was kind of stuck at trying to get that momentum going, and one of my teammates, she kept posting things on Facebook, and I had met her at an event, and so I knew her, I trusted her, and she kept posting things on Facebook, and I was like, no, I'm not going to look. I'm going to focus on this. I'm focused on my business, and then I'd see something over here, and no, I can't look, and finally I'm like, what the heck? I'll just take a look at it, and I watched the video, and I was like, oh my gosh, that is like so, dare I say it, easy. It was just so simple, and it made sense. But still, I didn't want to tell anybody. It was a secret. I didn't want to tell anybody that I was doing this because I was supposed to be focused over here. And I got started, and within 4 days, I got my first sale. And I'll tell you about that. I'd come home from work. I'm a registered nurse, and I had come from work that night and took my bath and sat down, and I was just listing away, just got posting. And I had seen before people on the Facebook group that they'd say cha-ching. Yeah, I just got another cha-ching, and I was like, what is that? I don't know what y'all are talking about. And my sponsor told me it's an app you can get on your phone from eBay, and when you make a sale, it makes this sound like a cash register. So I was like, oh, okay, I want one of those. So I got that on my phone, and so I'm sitting here after work, taking my bath, and I'm sitting here listing stuff. I'm at the computer, my husband's in the living room, my phone's in the kitchen, and all of a sudden I hear ching, and I went, oh, honey, did you hear that? Did you hear that? I made a sale! I made a sale! I made a sale! I was like overcome. Oh, sorry about that. I was overwhelmed, and just it was just so easy. Wow. And so I got into it more and more and more. And after probably a couple of weeks, then I started telling people. I'm like, you know what? Clearly this works. Mm-hmm. It's working for me. It's working for all the people that I see around me. And I would be doing a disservice by not telling anybody about it. Anybody that wants to make money from home, anybody that needs extra income to help pay for your mortgage, your car, your school, your children, whatever, your vacation fund, whatever it is, I'm not doing anyone any good by not telling them about this. So I am like opening up and blabbing it to the world. You can make money here. It is as easy and copy and pasting. And let me speak to that for just a second. When I came online, I didn't know how to copy and paste. I didn't know what that was. So If you are like me and you don't know how to do that, get back to the person that sent you here. They'll show you how to copy and paste, and that's all you have to know. You watch the videos and you take action. When you get started, you watch the video, take action immediately, and you'll see results. And that's it.
All right. Well, thank you, Pam. And since you mentioned it, down below us, there are two buttons. There is a yellow button that tells you more information about what we're talking about, which is DS Domination. And then we have another button that's a green button that says Join Us. So if you need more information, click yellow. But if you're ready to go ahead and get started with us, click green. So I'm going to move.
And thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. We're so glad to have you. Thank you, Pam. Now I am going to move on down the line to one great lady. It is Miss Netta Brannon. How are you doing tonight?
Oh. I'm doing great. Thanks for having me on the hangout tonight.
Yes, we're twins tonight. I have to do my little
right. Great minds think alike.
Well, Miss Netta, we want to hear your story. We want to know how did you find DS Domination, and how did you get started?
Well, it was by Mr. Reginald Stinson. I had seen him posting about this $20 investment. All you have to do is just copy and paste. So after a week of seeing it, I'm like, let me just send him an inbox and just see what's going on with this copy and paste stuff. So sent him a message. He replied back, and he was like, "Oh, you finally woke up?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm wide awake." So send me the link. I already knew before I actually watched the video that I was going to join because I trust Reginald like that, and I know that he wouldn't send me anything that was, just bogus or anything. So, but long story short with that, got started with it, started listing my items, and within a couple of days, I sold my first 3 items, and it was just sale after sale from there. So from that point, I just decided to just go ahead and just upgrade to Elite. Okay. And that was like the best thing I could ever do, because Elite is just really powerful. For those of you that don't know much about Elite, it is a great product to invest in. So, but anyway, upgraded to Elite, saw big profits with that, and it just, kind of just went up from there to Monopoly. So that's pretty much where I'm at with that. And because I was doing so well on the eBay side, I'm like, I really need to do more with my business. So, and this is something I haven't really shared with everyone, maybe like just a handful of people. But back in February, I decided to take a paid leave from my bank job to just really focus on DS Domination, because it's just too much potential to not just really take this to the next level. Right. So anybody that's on here that's for the first time or second time or whatever, if you are on the fence about this business, you need to just take action, just step out on faith and just join and just do the thing.
All right. So now I'm going to ask you another question. So how much support are you gaining from the unit of process? What things are what have you gained from being a part of the UOP?
Just lots of support. I'm just really amazed how everyone is just so supportive of one another. It's just, you don't find that too often within groups or companies, but everybody's just so supportive of one another, and that's one of the motivations I had to just really want to push harder, so that's really one of the things I love about UOP. Just great support system.
It's an awesome team to be on. Well, thank you so very much. Thank you so very much for stepping out. At this time, we're moving on down the line. I'm going to go ahead and open it up to Mr. Mark Gardner. How are you doing, sir, tonight?
Hi, how you doing, Adrian?
I'm doing fine. How about you?
Good, thank you. Well, I hate to rub it in, but I know y'all having storms everywhere, but it's like beautiful sunshine here in California.
Oh, wow.
I always get that in on my videos, so people are like, I hate that guy.
Oh, wow. All right. Well, let us know about your results and how you came about DS Domination.
Well, I started with DS Domination back in December, and I got an invitation to a hangout just like this from somebody named Rachel Kelly, and I was like, I'm not sure who that is, but I'll go to that hangout. Sounds interesting. So I went to a hangout just like this, and before that hangout was over, I had already clicked the green button to sign join because it made perfect sense to me because I had been selling on eBay already. I had my own eBay store where I was selling like vintage collectible toys. You know, big kid. I like to go out and collect the toys I had when I was a young man. I'm 53, so that's back in the 60s and 70s, right? So I'm going to all these yard sales and estate sales, and I'm collecting all these old toys I had. So I said, well, I'll start selling them on eBay, and I started doing okay, with that. But man, that was a lot of work. And I knew about drop shipping, but I also knew that, traditionally that model of drop shipping had been kind of tough to get into, to get started with, and I didn't want to go that route. So I just kept on selling my toys and going to my yard sales. But then after I watched this hangout and I watched Roger talking about how you could do drop shipping this way, I thought, okay, I'll give that a try. And I'm one of those people, I'm from Virginia originally, but I might as well have been from Missouri because you got to show me, I'm
Okay. Right.
So I went ahead and watched. I signed up at the pro level, 1995. Watched the videos. I put up my first few items, and it took me. I wasn't one of these folks that had a super sale like real super fast like that. It took me 10 days before I had my first sale.
Okay.
And when I did get that first sale, though, it was like I was walking on cloud nine. It was when I heard that ka-ching, because I had been in the Facebook groups and I'd been watching everybody talk about their ka-chings, getting all this stuff. So I was like, man, come on, it's a week. It's not I got a ching. Because some of these folks, in DS Domination, they get their first ka-ching in a few hours sometimes, of listing their items. So. But I was really happy for everybody. But I was like, I wish I could get that first ka-ching. When that first ka-ching came, it almost scared me to death.
Oh,
it was
no.
like 3 o'clock in the morning. It's like 3 o'clock. And I had the phone turned up to maximum. I'm laying there and I've got my laptop on it. It's just no lights on. I'm doing my listing, nothing but the shine from the. And then my phone goes ka-ching. I about jumped out of the bed.
Wow. That is so very awesome. Okay. And what I'm going to do because Rachel is your sponsor, I'm going to go ahead and let her go ahead and interview you as well. So Rachel, you can go ahead and take over and ask Mark some questions because he is you are his sponsor. I want you to go ahead and be able to interview him.
Oh, wow. What an honor to be able to interview Mark on top of this. I didn't expect that, Adrian.
We got to keep it hopping. Keep it live.
Girlfriend, I don't know what to expect from you, girl, but that's okay. Okay, so Mark, you tell us a little bit about how you found us. You found me on Google Plus, which was pretty awesome because, a lot of times we think that we can just market in one place. And so one thing that we learned was that we can market in many places, right? And, your story, I get excited every time you send me a message telling me about your results. So, tell us a little bit about, you've told us about your cha-chings and just tell us more of the story because you're kind of keeping some things away.
Well, I had a feeling.
I'm an old man, Rachel. Getting on here and sharing everything is not natural for me. It took me forever to get on Facebook. I'm like, I'm not getting on Facebook. You don't want everybody knowing your business. But actually, it was interesting for me to find out about Pam. I didn't know Pam was a registered nurse. That's what I was by trade, a registered nurse. I've been a registered nurse for 18 years, and I don't do that anymore, Rachel. I do DS Domination full time right now. Okay.
Okay.
If that's what you were trying to get out of me, sis. I have been very fortunate. I got all in once I saw that the model worked. Once I was fortunate enough to see that the business model worked, I went to Elite pretty quickly, and then it wasn't long before I started having larger profits with Elite, and I just went ahead and got all in. So I've been all in for a couple of months now, and have been doing very well. I can't tell you how much I had for this month. I can tell you, because I hadn't done the total yet, but last week I had a $500 week, and that's profits for the week. So I've been pretty happy so far, and so far I've had my top item I've made the most money on. I've made like $250 on one item on one sale. So it works, and like everybody else says, I had no intention of being, promoting I just wanted to make my sales and just keep it down the down low. But once you find out that it works, it's like you feel guilty. I felt sinful keeping it to myself. I was like, that's just greedy. You got to tell everybody else. That's not right. I know how hard people struggle to make money online, and I have to say I was blessed. And this is the first company that I've been in online. So, I realize how blessed I have been to be able to be a part of DS Domination and miss a lot of that real ugly stuff that everybody else talks about.
Well, you definitely, Mark, have inspired me. I get excited every time you send me a message letting me know about a profit you've made. And so what would those that are listening in, what would be your advice for them? Those, maybe they start out with the $20 and then they start making money. What would you tell them in order to maximize, their position here at DS Domination and
Well,
the
Well, I think I would say, Rachel, the same thing that Roger says. I think the way that they've set up the whole company is they made it easy for you to get in to see that the model works for you. It's low cost to get in, and even when you go to the elite, which it's only it's not really that much more per month to go to elite, but the profits are so much more. Whereas you may be making $5, $10, $15 per item with pro. Sometimes you're making 40, 50, 60, 70, $100 of profit with the elite. And, it just makes sense when you can afford to go to elite to go ahead and do that. And one of the things I really like about this company is you're not pushed to go ahead. In fact, on just about every webinar you're on with Roger, he actually tries to talk you out of going of upgrading. He's like a reverse salesman. But he wants to make sure that everybody can afford it. He doesn't want any financial strain on it, and that's one of the things I love about the company. And I want to say this about the UOP, the Unit of Prosperity. You get a free marketing system that Reginald has set up for us. Reginald Stinson, our chief. and Reginald is one of those leaders. He's got this real servant attitude. Mm-hmm. He is here for us, and because of that, we just love him. And I can't say enough good things about the brother. And the other thing I like about Reginald is he's very transparent. He just tells you. He turns the camera on and tells you what's in his heart. And to me, that makes all the difference in the world. So the support that you get here in the UOP with the marketing system, with our Facebook group, I think we've got, close to 10,000 people in that group now. Mm-hmm. And if you've got a question and you can't get an answer, like you can't, so for some reason your sponsor can't get back to you immediately, just go post it in the group, man. You'll have your answer PDQ just like that, okay?
Awesome. Yeah. I have to agree with you, Mark. One thing that there's so many benefits here at the DS Domination Unit of Prosperity. And, I have to really piggyback on a couple of things that you mentioned. And one of them was the important or what we have here. Many companies you join and you're told, to get all in, spend all your money, go get a mortgage, all these different things, we're talking people into doing, when actually all you need is $20. If you don't have $20, you can go borrow $20 for someone and pay them back after you make a sale. Most people, they make $20 back after their first sale. So that's one thing that I really, really caught my attention with DS Domination. And then the other thing that you mentioned was Reginald. We have the most amazing leader. And the value that he gives to our team is unbelievable. Marketing systems, marketing training. Once I came on to the UOP, I was able to cut out $150 worth of marketing material that I had. I didn't need it anymore because everything was already there in our marketing system. You know, for you to get all of this for $20 is truly, truly amazing.
It is.
So what I want to say to those of you who are listening in, go ahead and click the button, join our team. You know, it's just $20. If you know, income disclaimer, if you do the work, you know, I'm not going to say I can definitely guarantee you, but if you do the work, you apply, you know, follow the steps, be coachable, then I'm believing that you can get the same results that each one of the people on this panel are doing. But if you're going to just sign up and, you know, just wait for it to happen, it doesn't work like that. You know, it would be nice if it would, but it just doesn't. So go ahead and click the link if you have other questions. I'm going to click the button, and if you have other questions, go ahead and click the other one that, you know, where if you have a question, you can ask the question. Adrian, did you want me to turn it back over to you?
Well, what I was going to do is go ahead, and I was getting ready to turn it over to you, but we want to hear your story, Miss Rachel. How did you get started in DS Domination, and what were your results?
Okay. For me, I started back in October. My dear friend Keisha Bass and also business partner sent me a link, and she, you know, she wanted me to show this to my son because I was really into my personal development hangout, and you know, I was at a point in my business because I was in another business where I was kind of at a standstill. It was kind of like, you know, things weren't what I liked to see, and I wasn't happy, but you know, instead of me taking action, I just kind of like, you know, it's just like a person that goes into shock. I just kind of like was sitting still, not really knowing what direction I was going in. And her and I, you know, had many conversations about how important it is to be focused. And so, you know, she knew that I was focused, and she knew that I didn't want to look at anything else. So instead, she was sending the link to my son. That's what she said. No, I'm just playing. But you know, and I think she sent it to me. Actually, I'm thinking about it. She may have even sent it a second time because the first time I didn't really respond. I do remember another time her coming through again, and it might have just been maybe at me asking her what was that link. So, you know, I went ahead and signed up for my son because again, I was focused. He didn't do anything with it. So about 3 weeks later, I said, well, you know, 1 week left. I'm not going to waste my money. We're on debt. So I'm going to go ahead and watch this real quick, and I'm going to cancel if it's not worth it, you know. So I started going through the videos and getting really excited because I used to sell on eBay. Start telling my son about it. And I even called Keisha one day. I said, can you talk to my son? You know, maybe he will listen to you because he's not listening to me.
Yeah, that's how kids are.
What'd you say?
That's how kids are.
And so she got on the phone, talked to him for a minute, and you know, he went and he listed something, and you know, his phone's cha-chinging, you know, or he got a sale, you know, I should say cha-chinging, but he got a sale. And so I'm like, okay, well, if he getting a sale, I'm gonna go ahead and do this too because this is. I mean, I used to sell on eBay, but I used to have to pack all this stuff up and ship it on. I don't, you know, I didn't want to do that anymore. And so now I don't have to pack, I don't have to ship, I don't have to find, I didn't do any of it. All I gotta do is copy and paste. Right. And so 3 days later, I ended up getting a sale, and I got really excited. I learned how to do the cha-ching dance, you know. It was just on in this house. You know, and bring you up current. I've made more money in this company. Income disclaimer, I mean, my best was like 4 months, $10,000. Awesome. Really, I mean, to me, it was just amazing how, I mean, that was just on one side. That was affiliates. I had nothing to do with my eBay. That was more like 5,000, so added to that. So, and then my son, I mean, I you know, you all hear me talking about my son quite a bit because, you know, a mother's heart is always going to be towards her children. And, you know, he was just telling me this morning or today, Mom, last week my total, because he, you know, he figured in all his profits for what he made last week, $750. And I'm like, okay, now, you know, most people have to go work and work a week for that, you know. I'm like, $750, oh, that's pretty good, you know. 19-year-old, you know, how many 19-year-olds, you know, what would they give to make that kind of money?
Right, yeah.
You know? So,
I know about that.
So I am, I'm really, I thank God for DS Domination. It has really changed my life. This past weekend, my husband and I went to a marriage retreat. And typically, when the marriage retreat comes around, we're scuffling for money to be able to come up with going. It's like normally like $250 to go, and plus, your travel expenses to get there and eating and all that stuff. And we just had a ball this weekend. We didn't worry about money. We worried about absolutely nothing. We just went and we had a good time. We laughed. And not once did we say, like, do we have enough money to do this? Do we have enough money? We didn't do that. We just, we had a good time. So, Adrian, that's my short version of DS Domination. I know that was long.
That's okay. We want to hear everything. So, now, with your success that you just shown us, what is your advice to that person that's sitting on the fence? Is like, I'm just not sure. I don't know if this is for me. I don't know. What's your advice?
Well, Adrian, my advice would be it's only $20. We waste $20 just about every day. Some of us go spend on pizza. Some of us, we have different habits. It's just $20. And I've thrown away $20 many times. Just about every week, I find myself throwing away $20. And take a chance, because there is not one successful person that I know of who was afraid to take a risk. And if $20 is a risk to you, then I don't know what to say, but it's just $20. And so I would say go ahead and click the button below. Join us. Come and be a part of our team. It will be such a life-changing experience for you. I mean, I know it's for me. I mean, right next month, my son and I are going to Vegas to the event. We're having an event with DS Domination, and I'm looking forward to seeing all of our team members. This would not have been possible if it wasn't for DS Domination. So I just say go ahead and click the button, come on, join us, get started with the training, get in our group, and let us help you reach your goals and your dreams.
All right. Well, thank you so very much, Rachel, for that wonderful story. I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to you now, the rest of the hangout. So thank you again.
Oh, Adrian, thank you very much. And you've given so much, and you provide so much value for our team. I'm just honored to be sitting on this panel with you, and thank you again. It's been a treat from getting to know you.
Me as well.
You and I have been at it all day, right? Oh, awesome. Okay, so next we have on the panel, we have Kevin. Hey, Kevin, come on out if you can. Tell us a little bit about yourself and the results you're getting here at DS Domination.
Well, thank you. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can hear you fine.
Good, good. Well, my story, tell you the truth, it's sweet. That's all I can say. It's very sweet. Like people say they're a stay-home mom or dad. I'm a stay-home son. I stay at home and I take care of my mom, who's 80 years old. And all I can say is God is good. He kept her in my life. DS Domination is now in my life. But let's see. I was one of the people who saw DS Domination back in, I want to say, I think it was like October or November. But what it was, I got so sick of all the hype. And when I first started watching, I clicked on the video. And the very first thing I saw was a speeding race car. I said, oh, my God, here we go again. So, but what happened was Yvonne Anderson is my sponsor. And I joined because of the women's hangout that they do on Sundays. I looked at that, and I said, man, look at all these beautiful women. Not because they were successful. They were beautiful women. And so I got to really enjoying that. And so then I, listened to a little bit of it. Then I got more excited because I listened to it some more, and I listened to some more. And this one lady, I think she was like 69 and had an $800 sale. And before I even finished the hangout, I joined. And so I emailed Yvonne. I said, I'm in. And to make a long story short, moving forward to the day, I just put in my second payment. So I've been in a little over 2 months. The good thing about it was I cha-chinged probably in the first 3 days that I joined. Because the thing was, when I heard that, well, actually I didn't have it on my phone. I read an email, and as a guy, you're tough and strong and big, and you don't get that excited. I almost jumped out of my chair when I cha-chinged or saw that email. And so after that, it just was going full force ahead. To this day, let's see, I wrote some numbers down. 142 items I have listed. Total sales were 4772, and profits in my first 3 weeks was $725 profit, and right now I'm a little bit over 1,200, 1472. And this is awesome to me because the thing is, the business I've been in before, it was always about recruiting. So I didn't want to recruit no more. And y'all have heard the old cliche, well, we didn't want to recruit, but when something's so exciting, you just tell a person. Or when you wake up and then you see in your email, you just earned another commission. Well, heck, I ain't talked to nobody. So, they just joined from just my online marketing, my offline marketing, things like that. But like I said, my experience with DS Domination is sweet. Everything that I was involved with before, I don't even, it's out the window now, So, but thing is that it's been a blessing because when you make that first sale or when your team member calls you at 12 o'clock, waking you up, saying she cha-ching, instead of you being mad because they woke you up, you're happy for her, And so I got a little small team, I think 10 or 11 people, but 2 or 3 of them came in on their own. And the ones that are in are friends that I knew, really no one that's outside the loop, except for the people who joined who I never spoke with. So I say this from my heart. There is nothing better out there, in my opinion. I don't know about anybody else, but in my opinion, than DS Domination. I don't try to convince nobody to join DS Domination. I share it. You see it, you don't, because I'm making money without you, so I really don't need you. But as of a business partner, leverage is the way you want to do. It just earn a little bit more money by leveraging yourself. But as I said before, DS Domination is here in my life to stay. And like I said, my story's been sweet, so I'm going to keep it short. And I want to thank all of you guys for having me on the panel and let you know that I never laughed so much inside trying to keep y'all from seeing it on my face for all the fun we had in the beginning. So I just want to thank you guys, and God bless all of us.
Thank you very much, Kevin. What an amazing story, and I see why Yvonne was wanting you really to get on here because I'm sure you are inspiration to many people that are listening, and including myself. I mean, and that's what it's about. It's about us encouraging one another, edifying one another, and building one another up. And to hear your story just makes me smile. I mean, I just can't stop smiling because, people, they may be wondering, is it really, really true? And then it's always nice to have someone come on and share from their heart. I mean, and so my question to you, Kevin, is if someone is on the fence, what would you tell them? What would you actually say to them?
Oh, if you're on the fence, all I can say, how they say, well, dip your toe in the water, test it, just jump in. Get naked and jump in because it's going to feel good once you get in that water. It really is going to feel good regardless of how you get in that water. So, get off the fence and get in. That's all I can say, get in.
Awesome. I love the analogy. Thank you very much, Kevin. We appreciate
Thank you for having me.
Coming out, and we look forward to hearing more of your success story, which we know that there are more to come.
Absolutely.
So next we have on our panel is Irvin. And just to tell you a little bit about Irvin before he comes out is we were all hanging out beforehand, and Irvin's phone started making these funny noises, chinging noises. So he's really excited. I can see him over there like, like a little squiggling and stuff, because he's so excited to tell us about what has happened with DS Domination, how DS Domination has affected his life. So, Irvin, you want to come on out and share your story with us? Okay, I think you're muted.
All right, can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you.
All right, good deal. How you doing? Thank you for having me. Irvin Fisher out of Houston, Texas, and I actually found DS Domination. I'm also a personal enrolled of Yvonne Anderson, and I worked with her on another project before. I didn't know her personally, but I did stay on her email list, right? So she sent an email to me back on November 1st, and I, for whatever reason, read that one. I actually, I kind of, we have these little words like we have focused tunnel vision on focusing on something that isn't working, right? I was there, right? I was focusing on something that really wasn't working well for me. But when she sent that email, I read it at about 10 o'clock that night, and when I watched the video and I saw what Roger was saying and what he was displaying, the first feeling that I had was I was a little upset. I kind of kicked myself. I was like, why didn't I put myself through college doing this, right? Because the system was so simple. I could see it working. I signed up immediately on that day. Like I said, I'm from Texas, Corrigan. Shout out to Corrigan, Texas. If anybody's watching, right, is my hometown, little small town. So I hunted a lot, right? Anyway, first day of hunting season, I go on and I list this, double gun camouflage kit, and I named it Duck Dynasty or something like that, right? Just using the titling instruction that Roger gave, and I was done listing a few items that night. Actually, by around 12:30, I went to sleep. I woke up the next morning and I had missed the sound of my first cha-ching, but a person had bought 2 of them. So I was a one-day glory story as far as having some success right out of the gate with this business. I was excited. I knew that I found something that was great, and I went to work, but I also kept it a secret, right? So shame on me. I'm no longer doing that anymore. Right now with Unit of Prosperity, great group. But that's kind of how I started out with the business.
So, Irvin, I love your analogies. The one day glory story. That is amazing. And you figured it out. You figured out. It's like you took the training and you applied it, and you went to work and you got action right away, which is pretty cool. So, you mentioned about. You listing things. So how much time would you say that it takes you to list an item?
Well, there's a couple different ways to go about doing it, right? There's the hard way, like if you look around on eBay and see what everybody else is doing, and then there's the easy way to list, right? Like Rogers tells us in the training that you'll get. Right, so whenever you get the hang of listing an item the way that Roger explains it, for me personally, it takes about anywhere from 6 to 7 minutes. It just depends on how much like research I do as far as pricing and the spider technique. So not very long at all to list an item, and the favorite part is relisting whenever it's sold. Right.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Was I breaking up?
No, my son came up.
Okay.
So, please forgive me in that last portion here. So, what you're saying is that, we need to basically, if a person just would need to go in, follow the training that Roger provides, and it's just that simple, right? Right? Irvin, you there?
It is exactly that simple.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, yeah, okay. It is that simple. And it's not one of those things where you have to know everything before you get started, right? What I did personally is I watched a little bit, I did a little bit. I watched a little bit, I did a little bit, but I stayed consistent, right? So if you would just stay consistent, if you would commit to taking a little bit of time each day, every other day, whatever your commitment can be, then you can find success in this business because it's all laid out for you. And that green button ought to be looking pretty enticing right now, just telling the truth about it.
So, Irvin, with that being said, let me ask you a question. You mentioned you talked about how you really, were keeping this as a secret and you really were not telling anyone. And you found another treasure on the other side of just listing on eBay. So tell us a little bit about this treasure that you found called the Unit of Prosperity, the team that you are part of.
Well, I have to tell you, I have been in different, home-based businesses for about 10 years. Different things, trying a little bit of this, trying a little bit of that, right? And I have to really credit the success that I've had in this business, honestly, the majority of it, since I've been with the UOP, because it has allowed me to have consistency, right? And sometimes it's difficult for people because you don't always have a nice, flashy website, or you don't always have a nice something or another, right? But you're missing a piece, and that piece is there. I think we're up to almost 11,000 people. Definitely over 10,000 people in the group, and we use it as a think tank. So if you have a question or something like that, you can always, at any time, day or night, go into the group, post something, and you'll get not just one person, but a group of people to actually reach out to you and help you with the best way that they can. So valuable.
Yes, yes. Thank you very much, Irvin. We are excited to have you here tonight. We're honored to have your story, you sharing that with us. Can you tell us about how much you have earned with your sales so far, or do you have the numbers available?
Well, I've done a tally. I did a tally right around, right after Christmas, and then I did another one towards the end of last month. Only a few $100s today, right? But I've generated around 12 grand in the business total in the time that I've been here.
That is awesome.
And that's not very much. A little bit. I'm working on that now, and I'm putting people in my team and coaching and training.
See, I need to pull a hand clapper out, but it wouldn't be fair if I just clap for you because everyone has amazing, amazing stories. So everybody is clapping for you. So, wow, thank you very much, Irvin. We look forward to what else you're going to be doing here at DS Domination. Hopefully, you're going to make it to the event. And if so, I'm going to get an opportunity to meet you as well as the rest of the awesome, wonderful people on this panel. Again, thank you very much. I appreciate you coming out, sharing your story.
Very welcome.
Last but definitely not least, we have with us Elizabeth. Elizabeth, would you like to come out and share your story with us today?
Can you?
Yes, I can hear you. You're kind of.
Hello.
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Oh, you can. Cool.
Yeah, I can hear you.
I've been like going if I can't see me. Yes, I hear you.
Yeah.
Can you see me?
Yeah, I can see you okay. It's really difficult to hear you though.
Hello.
Do you have are you on a mic or are you on your computer? Or do you have a headset on or is it your computer?
Okay, let me get my. Yeah, I went and bought this.
Okay.
No, it's the. Can you see it?
Yeah, I can.
I just computer world.
Okay. Are you able to use it without that? Because it's not really sounding clear.
All right. Let me see. Maybe the volume's not up. Is that better?
Yes, that's better. Yes. Okay.
I have to have it closer to my mouth.
Awesome.
Okay, so you should.
So, Elizabeth, can you please share with us a little bit about yourself and your story here with DS Domination?
Wow. Okay. Well, everybody knows I'm excited. Goes without saying. So I was a nurse, and I'm still a nurse because I've chosen things to do in life. But having said that, when I joined DS Domination, was on my Facebook page, and I just add people. I don't know where they come from. I just add them, and she was one of those. I don't know where she came from, but I added her. And and I don't look that much. I was So I would get out, started meeting my grandkids and my children, as beautiful as they are, they tend to forget to send me pictures. So I would have to go on Facebook to find them. So I
Elizabeth, we're not hearing you right now.
the cheese
Can you put the mic closer to your mouth? Will that help if you put it closer to your mouth? Because you're fading out again.
because let's try this. It's like right on my lip. All right, try
Yeah, let's
that.
try that. How that works.
Is that good? Eat it.
You're a movie star right now. Okay.
All right. She was always very. Oh yeah, right. So we paced.
Hey, Elizabeth.
Connie was always pacing on Facebook, and I just I started investigating Kanye first before I ever even talked to her. I started looking up her YouTube videos. You're not hearing me, huh? See, I told you this was hard.
No, it's okay. You're okay. Let's do this. Let's go ahead and let's
I
work.
don't even hear you.
You can't hear me? Okay. Adrian, can you send her a message and let her know that we'll add her back on. We'll work on her mic this week and try to get that right, and then we'll have you come back on for next week's hangout. How's that?
That sounds reasonable because I don't think it has anything to do with the mic or my audio. It's the computer internet system in the desert. It comes and goes. It's extremely hard to be online.
Yeah, we're having a lot of storms around the country too, so it could be you very well the storms also. Okay. So, Elizabeth, thank you very much. We appreciate you coming out. We look. Adrian, can you please?
All right. Thank you.
Can you mute Elizabeth for me, please? We want to say thank you, Elizabeth, for coming out, sharing your story as well as everyone else on the panel. We're winding down to the full hour, and we just want to say to you that we are average, ordinary people making money with a simple copy and paste system. It's not difficult. It's not, it's not something that you have to go to school and get a degree. It's not something that you have to wait 6 months. If you get in very simple training and you apply the training that Roger provides, really, really short videos. It's not something that's going to take you forever to go through. And just go ahead and apply the information that you learn. We have before us a vehicle that will change your life, just as it has changed so many lives that are here on the panel. And the great thing about this is that, if you want, you may hear other people talk about multiple streams of income. Here at DS Domination, we have more than one stream. So if you're thinking, oh, just $20, it's so much more than we've mentioned here. So we just want to really just encourage you, go ahead and click the button, get started, come on and join us so that we can help you to achieve your goals and your dreams that you have in life. And just a reminder that once you join in, don't forget to connect with your sponsor. Get on tomorrow's opportunity call. We have one of those. So if you are one of those people who need more information, like, I still need more information, get back with the person who invited you and ask them for tomorrow's company webinar. And again, we just want to say thank you for coming out to be with us this evening. Click the link below, join our team, and we will see you on the other side. Have a great, great evening.